Shakir, it's an honor for you to be here with us today. Thank you for joining our interview.
Thank you, Sam.
We just want to let everybody know that Shakir, president for FLATO Developments, the name speaks for itself. We see the Markham FLATO Theater, very well ingrained in the Markham community. We have the Mr. Shakir Rehmatullah cancer clinic at Markham Stouffville Hospital, and we see FLATO signs all over the GTA with beautifully master planned communities. And it's just amazing the work that you do. So thank you for being with us here today.
Thank you, Sam. It's such an honor to be here.
Perfect. Awesome. So I'm just going to dive right into the
Sure.
questions that we have for you for our clients. The first one being, we're seeing right now in the market, we're seeing a little bit of a drop in the resale prices. But in your experience, 20 plus years of experience in the real estate market in construction, what can you share with us about why pre-construction prices aren't dropping at all, and how can we inspire confidence in our buyers that they're not going to lose the value even though they are paying today's prices?
Very good question, Sam. In my opinion, we're still coming out of the shock of COVID. People are still not used to of the new norm. Things have changed after COVID. The way people used to think and the way people think now has changed after COVID as well. Now, talking about the home prices and how COVID and the interest rates in the home market is connected. It's connected in a way that interest rates are going up. That's the policy of the federal government, which I personally don't agree with. But I think maybe it's also necessary in the short term. But in the long term, one thing people have to understand and people have to realize is that the cost to produce, the cost to build homes is going up on a daily basis. It's not just the material cost of material, it's also the labor cost, which is going up and up. What we used to pay for the lumber 2.5 years ago and today has changed significantly. Not just the lumber cost, concrete, steel, labor, anything and everything has gone up. So the cost to produce has gone up. So which means the pricing for the new homes is going to continue to go up and up. So although maybe for the next few months we may see a little bit of tightening, a little bit of price drop in the old inventory, but the new homes coming out, if we can only build it for $10, we will not sell it for $9. We have to sell it for $11. So we have to keep that margin. Otherwise, it'll be impossible for any home builders to build. So in the long run, I do not see home prices coming down. I foresee that prices will continue to go up and up. Especially, there's one more thing is the immigration. There's a lot of people moving into Canada. And when people come to Canada, most of the people choose Ontario as their home. And there's a lot of people moving into Canada, moving into Ontario, and the need for housing is there. Just today, just a few minutes ago, I was just watching the news just before this interview. Ontario government has announced that they want to build 1.5 million homes in the next decade or so.
Wow.
Which means, and the government is reacting to the need for housing. There's a housing shortfall in Ontario right now. So we need more and more housing. And price is going to continue to go up. That's my opinion.
Beautiful. No, and we completely echo your response there. We see a huge shortage in housing, right?
Yes.
So, and we're grateful to work with you because you're providing housing for the people, which is
100%.
amazing. Awesome. Second question that we would have is, in your 20 plus years of experience, what do you see the trend being for different types of homes? Like we know that in the past, detached, large towns were sort of the trend. That's what people would want, their land, backyard, etc.
Right.
How about now? What do you see it going towards? Condominiums, smaller housing? What is the trend?
I think everybody wants to live in a big house. Everybody wants a big backyard. Everybody wants to have big amenity space. Everybody wants to live close to great hospitals and great parks. But I think the point is about affordability. Especially after COVID, the cost of living has gone up. I think now the pressure is going to be more on us to come up with ideas and come up with housing stock which is more affordable, housing which is attainable, housing that people can afford to buy. With this cost increase coming out every single day, I'm seeing being in the construction business, the affordability factor is actually affecting a lot of people, and it's all about affordability now. People are moving outside of the GTA because they cannot afford to live in the GTA. If somebody wants to buy a detached home in, for example, Markham, a decent home, it's going to be between $1 and $2 million easily, and people can now afford a single detached home if they move out of the GTA. And a lot of people I talk to, they don't mind driving for an hour, hour and a half, or even more if the community is good. So affordability, I would say, is the key, and that's going to push the people away from the GTA, and that would be a key factor.
Amazing. That leads to a follow-up question, which would be, one of the reasons why we love working with FLATO is because you work very closely with municipalities to build houses, but not only building houses, you work with the community to bring jobs to the communities, you bring plazas, you bring a lot of value to wherever you build your homes. Which areas should we be looking out for new FLATO communities?
So at FLATO, our philosophy is that we want to focus on building communities. We just do not believe in buying a piece of property and just building a lot of homes on a piece of property. That's not our goal. That's not our vision. Our goal is to build master plan communities where we're not just building homes, we're also building things for people to go live, work, and play. And not just the community we're focusing on, we also work with the local hospitals. You may have seen many examples. We support a lot of hospitals. For example, in Lindsay, we're coming up with a new master plan community in Lindsay with a lot of homes coming out over there. So we're not just focusing on homes, we're also working with the local township and the local community. We're supporting the local hospital over there. We're supporting the local college. They have very good college over there, Fleming College. Ross Memorial Hospital is a very good hospital, and they're looking to get new equipment out there as well. So we get involved with the communities. There's a good theater in Lindsay, which recently got renamed to FLATO Academy Theater Lindsay.
Beautiful.
So these are the things we just get involved in. Our goal is not to just go and just build homes and get our money and go out. There's a lot of other things that we're working in Lindsay at the moment as well. Because when our people go to live in that community, we want to make sure that they're getting a complete community. They're not just buying a piece of home and then they have to drive far out to buy their groceries. So we have a commercial plaza coming there. It's going to be of decent size. We're talking to a lot of good tenants out there. But that's what we are looking at. We're not just looking at building homes. We want to make sure that when people go and live in that community, people will have access to a great hospital. They can go to the theater. They can go to a good downtown over there. They're going to have good transportation system over there. They're going to have good restaurants to go and eat. They will have good college over there and good schools over there. Plus, Lindsay is located in the city of Kawartha Lakes, which has many, many good lakes, and has a lot of people actually use city of Kawartha Lakes as their cottage country place. So if you're living in Lindsay, the lake is not too far away from you. You can do many things on the lake. So it's an amazing place to live. That's where we're focusing right now. Another community we're working right now is Owen Sound, Greystone, which Realtrim is actually working on currently. It's a great community. Once again, it's close to the lake. And there's a lot of amenities in the area. When you go to Owen Sound, it may seem a little bit far from GTA or from Markham or from Mississauga, but once you're there, it's a complete community. Everything is there. Name it. They have Walmart, they have McDonald's, they have Tim Hortons, they have Starbucks, they have all the good things you need. The schools are amazing over there. And right across from the property we have is the college, Georgian College. The Owen Sound large hospital is just literally across the street from us. There's a school literally across from the street from us. And we are also going to have a commercial plaza there as well. So you have to go check it out to see. When, in real estate, the main thing is about selecting the location. We may go and take a long time and we may pay a lot of money, but we want to make sure that the location is right. If the location is right, then we can plan around it and we can plan a master plan community. So Lindsay and Owen Sound are the two communities that we're focusing on, and then we're going to continue our sales in Dundalk. And in Dundalk, there's a new medical community health center coming out. There's more announcements coming out from the township in the near future about the Main Street in Dundalk as well. And we're going to carry on with our projects in Beaton as well. So we are going to be releasing some homes there as well in the next few months.
Amazing. Thank you. Lindsay, Owen Sound, Dundalk, and Beaton, the four
Yes.
communities we should be looking out for.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Exactly.
And each one, it's amazing how each one you've actually sort of embedded yourself in the fiber of the community to make
Yes.
sure that nobody has to drive an hour and a half to look
Yes.
for services, right?
Exactly.
That's the worry that people in GTA, when they go out, like the worry is that, hey, I'm not going to have all the services.
Yes.
But you're actually bringing that in there, so that's
Yes.
amazing. Awesome.
And then in every community that you look at it, every community has a unique feature. For example, in Dundalk and Beaton, we always try to come up with some sort of a different, unique thing that people can get to enjoy. Like we have a trail system in Dundalk, for example. It's linking to the parks. We have 2 soccer fields coming out in Dundalk, and it's right on Highway 10 where there's the bus stop. It's a small bus system now, but hopefully that's going to grow because there's a lot of demand in the area, and we're glad that the township is working with us and the province is working with us. So once again, our focus is not in just building homes. We want to make sure that it's a complete community where people can really enjoy. And then, and talking about as a home buyer myself, I also want to not just buy a home, I also want to buy a home where my home price is going to go up. Yeah. Common sense tells me that, you know, once a master plan community gets built, and if you bought it in the beginning of the project, you know, usually your price goes up because once the amenities are there, your value goes up. So that's also a good time to buy in the beginning. Yes, you go through a little bit of sacrifice of buying first, and then you go through a little bit of construction activity around your house. But at the same time, in the long run, most of the time I've seen, or I've always seen in Ontario at least, that, you know, your home price goes up.
Beautiful, beautiful. Then that leads to the next one. One of the reasons why our clients love buying FLATO projects is because you allow for the average investor to grow, Like a lot of, we see that a lot of builders, what they do is they charge five-year pricing down the line, right? Here, you're actually allowing the client to actually make a little bit of money, and this is why a lot of our clients love buying your products. What message would you have for the average investor to tell them, like, what message would you have for them?
You know, we came up with this idea of the payment plan, and I must give credit to your president, Siva, who's a great friend of mine. And Siva came up with this idea about coming up with a monthly payment plan. Make it a small payment per month so that people can afford. It's an affordability factor. People may not have $120,000 on day one, but they can come up with $120,000 if we were to stretch the home closing in 3 years. So that's what we did. So we basically are compromising and taking a hit, but we are extending the closing for 3 years so that people can have the time to actually save that money on a monthly basis, and they can come up. And we have flexible payment plans, so that really helps our people. There's a lot of people, they want to buy homes, but they cannot afford to buy homes because they have to come up with big deposits and they don't have that kind of money. So we were able to work that out with our financial institutions, and we were able to offer that to the home buyers that, hey, we can work with you on a flexible payment plan so that you can buy the home that you've been dreaming about. So we want to work with the home buyers. We want them to be happy. We want them to make money. And we want them to buy the house that they really wanted to buy, but they weren't able to afford. So we are making it affordable for them. And we are coming up with a way and so that they can get into the house, the size of the house they wanted. Usually people want to buy a house. Can they afford a bigger house? Yes, they can, but they don't have the upfront deposit. But if they had 2-3 years time to come up with that deposit, so they're basically, technically, they're saving their money in that 3-year period, and then they're able to afford that home.
Beautiful. Yeah, not many people in the GTA have that opportunity to to work, and part of it goes into an investment like this, right?
Yes.
And it's great that you partnered up with our president, Siva. It's great that you've been able to come up with that formula to help these first-time home buyers especially, right?
Yes.
Amazing, amazing. And lastly, here at Real Trio, we're always honored to work with you. I hope you know that.
Thank you. Yes.
And you and our broker of record, Siva, longstanding partners. What message or would you be able to tell our clients why you like working with Realtor Realty?
Working with Realtrium is a real pleasure not just between me and Siva or me and your staff, like our team at FLATO and your team, they work very well together. They have been working together for a number of years on many projects. It started from Art House condos in Markham, went on one day, or I should say of the first weekend that Siva was supposed to sell, he sold out the entire building. Wow. He did awesome, and then after that, we started working very closely on many, many projects. So the main thing that we work with Realtrium is you guys are very well organized. And when you are going to market, you do your research completely. Your research is very good. Mm-hmm. And once your research is good and when you're organized and when you go to a home buyer, you can give them the facts. And I have seen in Owen Sound, for example, last time I was here in your office and your team was showing me all the facts and all the figures, I was really impressed with the information that you guys have. And you guys are quick, you guys move fast. So in any business, you have to act fast, but you have to have the right information, and you guys do that homework. So, and which a lot of people don't do in this business. Mm. So that's why you guys are ahead of many, many other companies.
Amazing. That's high praise. Thank you so much, Shakir.
No, it's such a pleasure working with Realtrium all the time.
Amazing, and the same here. We love working with you too.
Thank you.
Awesome. So thank you very much for coming again and for doing this little interview, and hopefully we'll have many more to share your abundance of information and wealth of knowledge.
All right. For sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you once again.